Bro, I cannot believe that I haven't talked about this yet on this channel, but for those of you guys who don't know, I'm now a tattoo apprentice, and let me tell you guys how I became one, okay? So basically, it started 7 years ago when I had my first apprenticeship. I'll explain later. I was already an artist, like selling my work at different like venues and things like that, right? So I had like decent-ish name for myself, and I knew a few people who had tattoos and whatnot. They would always tell me, hey, you should become a tattoo artist, right? I didn't care too much about it because I grew up around the shittiest tattoos ever. They were always like home tattoos and just not the best quality. I didn't know you could do like a really good quality work on skin, right? So I didn't know the culture of it, basically. So long story short, after, she was the shop manager of Studio 13 at the time. He was like, hey, I'll get you an interview if you want to come in and talk to him, right? I'm like, all right, like what could go wrong, you know? So I'll go in, I show my work. It was not the best work I ever had, but it was decent enough for them to still accept me, right? So everybody's like a story as far as apprenticeships are super different. I thought apprenticeships were like basically like a college course, right? You come in, teach you some stuff, you go home. They understand like the culture of it, right? Because you're basically just a glorified janitor, right? You learn how to use an autoclave setup, break down stations. You learn how to draw like 4 tattoos because the way like the body flows and everything. You learn how to make stencils. You sweep, mop, take up the trash, all that good stuff. So I was just learning a lot while helping take care of the shop as far as that, right? From what I've seen, some people in their apprenticeships have to like use the check people out at using the cash register and whatnot. I didn't have to do that. That's basically how mine went, right? So you do that for like 9 months to a year. For me, it was 9 months. And I remember out of nowhere, my boss goes, all right, Todd, I'm gonna need you to make a flash sheet and get some people in here because you're gonna be tattooing them for free. I'm like, what? Like, mind fucking blown. That shit was so exciting, right? So I hurried up, made a flash sheet, posted on my Facebook, and got some people to come in, right? It was not hard. Like, if you can't convince people to get free tattoos from you, you need to step your game up as far as art go, because there's always people who want to get free shit. I did my flash sheet, and then I had my first client come in, right? Dun dun dun. It's a good thing it was my friend because I knew who this person was, so I was more comfortable. If it was like a stranger, I'd be, you know, way more in my head. So I glove up everything. I'm about to tattoo, and my boss comes out of nowhere and goes, yeah, Ty, you're not allowed to tattoo, you know that, right? I'm like, fuck, what the fuck did I do, you know? Because as an apprentice, you can't do anything right, you know? Shout out to all my apprentices who know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, what the fuck did I do this time, you know? And he said, you have to tattoo yourself first. I totally forgot that that's like the rite of passage. I totally forgot because I was so in my head about everything. So I'm all right, bet, let's do this, right? What do I get a tattoo? Like, I don't, because you don't pick what you tattoo, right? I'm like, all right, so what am I tattooing, right? I look over, he slides me a piece of paper. It was this. Yep, that's right, a cat's asshole. It was so funny. So basically, I just had to tattoo that cat's asshole on myself. It's my rite of passage. I'm so proud of it. I love it. I love what it means and represents to me, right? It's not the best executed tattoo, that's for sure. I was super nervous, and tattooing yourself kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's my rite of passage. I did tattoos for about 2 months, I want to say. I ended up getting fired, right? So let me tell you how I got fired, because it was 100% my fault. You don't get fired, you fire yourself, basically, right? So I was just coming in late, not taking things seriously. Yeah, I learned a lot in that 7-year hiatus of me not tattooing. I learned accountability. I learned how things can be your fault, and that's okay, as long as you learn from them. So they gave me a second chance. It was like the best thing that ever happened, because not only did I evolve as a person and an artist, they evolved too as teachers. So even my boss, like one of my main mentors, Leif, he's an amazing artist. He's a father as well, and I've seen him grow with his children, and the way that he teaches is so much more different. Like, it's crazy how much more involved he is, right? So it's been like a great journey throughout these 7 years, because I was friends with them as well, so I would still rep them. I would still get tattoos and whatnot. So you know, we were friends, and also I saw some of the other apprentices come and go as well, and I was able to see what kind of mistakes they were doing to make sure I wasn't doing the same ones. So now I'm about 7 years. Now I'm about 8 months into my second apprenticeship, like the second half of it, right? And I'm learning so much. I'm so excited, and every day I'm growing and growing. I love it so much. I'm gonna show you guys some more of my artwork here. I'm gonna have it play in the background. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate y'all. Peace.